Alright guys, and welcome back to more Dangan Ronpa. I had to cut off that last part because not only do I like cliffhangers, also like not being able to remember to click the record button. So anyway, we are back. So the last episode was I had to pull from the archive stream of my damn dashboard. So if you guys seen that last episode, it was because, well, I had to pull that episode from Twitch and put it on YouTube instead of just locally recording, then making it look nicer and then uploading it to YouTube. But I had to literally go through an extra process, which probably took a little bit longer. But whatever, we are back and we are about to do the damn Hangman process of this clash trial. Let's do it. Letters left. H-I. H-I. What the hell? H-I-U. What the hell would I be looking for right now? Let's go with A. What the? What? I'm so confused. Help, help, help. Alright, so let's go down. Control system. Shoot the letters. Shoot down the letters by pressing X or triangle or tapping the screen. You'll have to shoot some letters more than once to destroy them. Ah, okay. Ah, so we have to shoot them multiple times. And I think it's hair. We have to shoot an R really quick. Hair, okay.
Now I understand.
Now I understand the lint licker or the lint roller.
That's right. There wasn't a single hair on the floor.
So, the culprit removed some evidence?
It would make sense because he has the most unique hair of them all. He's the only one with red hair, right?
Yes. And if I were the culprit, why would I need to get rid of all the hair in my own room? It wouldn't be unusual at all to find my hair at the crime scene if the crime scene is in my room.
Right, good.
The reason all the hair was gone was to remove any trace that Sayaka had ever been there.
What? Why would he keep the body there?
That makes sense, does it not?
No. If that were the case, they would have had to do something about the body itself, not just her hair.
Exactly.
Yes, very true, very true.
Okay, then why wasn't there any hair on the ground?
The killer got rid of it all, of course, to remove any trace that they had ever been there.
Wait, then that means...
Precisely. It's simply beyond reason to believe that the room's owner and the killer are one and the same.
Then, Makoto isn't the culprit?
Are you sure we can decide something so important based solely on the absence of some hair?
No. There are other reasons that prove why Makoto couldn't have done it.
I would like to hear these reasons.
Do you remember anything remarkable about the bathroom at the scene? Sayaka was attacked in the main room first, then fled into the bathroom, right?
Yeah, then they ran after her, got into the bathroom, and stabbed her.
And how did the killer get into the bathroom? Did they have any trouble with it?
What do you mean?
It's fairly certain that the killer had some trouble getting into the bathroom. There was clear evidence left behind. Do you remember, Makoto?
The killer struggled to getting into the bathroom, and the evidence that proves it is the doorknob, right? Present key item.
I got it! Evidence that the killer had trouble getting into the bathroom. You're talking about the doorknob, right?
Yeah.
Huh? The doorknob? What doorknob?
The doorknob for my bathroom. It was completely broken. See how the top part was unscrewed? And the doorknob's about ready to fall off?
Oh yeah, true. But what does it mean?
In trying to bypass the lock, they ended up nearly removing the entire doorknob. This is another most bewildering act for the room's owner. It proves Makoto is beyond suspicion.
So what? You're saying he wouldn't break the door in his own room? But if the only choice you have is to break it, you break it. There's nothing bewildering about it.
You still don't see? Okay then. Let's take another look at how the incident unfolded. Hopefully that will help you understand.
Kyoko said it was a bewildering act. I almost didn't notice it at first, but is that the key point here? There's a bit more to learn about non-stop debates. Would you? Yes! Obviously I want to hear it. From here on out, the number of weak spots will start going up. Uh-oh. But no matter how many weak spots, there's essentially only one lie or contradiction in that debate. What I'm trying to say is not all weak spots you see are necessarily false. Uh-oh. Use a truth bullet on the wrong one, and not only will you fail to refute what they said, but you also lower your trust with everyone, and your influence gauge will take damage. Now this is important because if your influence gauge reaches 0, basically the influence gauge is your health. Okay. You only have to rely on your own logic to determine which weak spots are actually lies or contradictions. Well then, good luck and have fun! Yo, the narrator's a damn troll. Have fun! Have fun trying to fend for your life! Have fun, asshole! Bathroom door frame.
The incident took place in Makoto's room. Sayaka was first attacked in the main room. She then fled into the bathroom.
Okay. Damn, look at how many there are!
The killer ran after her.
Okay.
And they got into the bathroom.
Okay. Okay.
At that point, the killer had to try and bust down the door. Because Sayaka had locked it.
And finally, the culprit had Sayaka cornered.
We want to see what they all say.
To finish the job, they stabbed her with the kitchen knife.
It was you, wasn't it, Makoto? Admit it.
Yo,
We already
Oh, I didn't want to
know
shoot.
the answer.
I'm tired of your shit, Toko. It's not because the door was locked. No, there's a different reason entirely.
The incident took place in Makoto's room. Sayaka was first attacked in the main room.
Okay.
She then fled into the bathroom.
Okay.
Then the killer ran after her.
Right.
And they got into the bathroom.
At that point, the killer had to try and bust down the door. Because Sayaka had locked it.
Locked it.
And finally, the culprit had Sayaka cornered.
And to finish the job, they stabbed her with the kitchen knife.
Wait, wasn't it like the guy's room don't have locks, right? So we have to press them on the locked door, right? Because there's no locks on the guy's doors. It's not because the door was locked. It's no a different reason entirely. All right, so we have to let's go past. Yep, speed it up, speed it up.
At that point, the killer had to
Come
try
on,
and
Leon.
bust
Come
down the
on,
door
Leon.
because Sayaka had locked it.
Boom.
No, that's wrong.
Come on, Leon. Bring it on, Leon. I'm about to break you down,
The
Leon.
reason my bathroom didn't open wasn't because it was locked. After all, the girls' rooms are the only ones with locking bathrooms, right?
I'm about to expose you, Leon. We about to expose Leon right now.
Yes, now that you mention it, that is true.
Then why didn't your bathroom door open?
Because it was stuck.
Huh? What are you talking about?
My bathroom door doesn't fit in the frame quite right. Monokuma over there can testify to that.
Yup, true as true can be.
Fucking Monokuma.
But you know, you're supposed to be the ultimate lucky student, right? But to have such a cruddy door, that's not lucky at all.
So the reason the door didn't open was just because it was stuck. But the killer didn't know that and assumed it was locked. So they tore apart the doorknob to get in.
Okay, but then why would the killer even think the door was locked in the first place? Everyone should have known you can't lock any of the boys' bathrooms.
The killer could easily make that mistake, thanks to one important detail about the scene of the crime.
The killer was convinced the bathroom door was locked. They didn't know that the door actually couldn't be locked because of the room switch, right? Wait, god damn it, I'm confused right now. The crime took place in Sayaka's room, the crime took place in my room. God damn it, that's kind of confusing. The room switched, right? So it did take place in Makoto's room. Well, his original room, which was the one that Sayaka's got killed in. So let's say the crime took place in my room.
I got it! The killer must not have realized that it was my room.
What? Are you saying the culprit didn't even know where he was? That's inconceivable.
And yet, he's absolutely right.
Say what?
Well, to be more specific, what the killer didn't know was that Makoto and Sayaka had switched rooms, which is what led to the misunderstanding about the bathroom. If Sayaka had been in her own room, then
there would have been a lock on the door, and they would have had to break through.
So they had no idea how unnecessary their actions were.
ultimately, we can't know if it came open by force or simply by accident. But the killer must have been considerably confused, with no idea how they actually got the door opened.
Regardless, it was a pointless act. Wasting time trying to break down a door that wasn't locked is...
definitely something I wouldn't do, since I would have known exactly why it wasn't opening, right?
Yep.
That is a definite possibility.
So the killer would have to be someone who didn't know they'd switched rooms?
Then Makoto couldn't have done it.
Aha! In your face, Toko! That's what I've been trying to tell you! That's what I've been trying to tell you!
Okay, then who did do it?
I'm sorry, but I give up. Quit without saving.
But what happens if we can't decide on who we think did it?
Well, why don't we just vote right now? Majority rules.
Majority rules? Do you really think that's a good idea?
Yeah, our necks are on the line here. Someone seriously needs to do something. For serious.
For serious, huh?
Does no one have any other thoughts or questions? It does not matter how trivial they may seem.
The damn, what about the damn numbers on the wall, which clearly proves it was fucking Leon?
Oh, as a matter of fact, I do have one question. Oh, you don't gotta sound so disappointed.
Don't be talking about my waifu like that, Celeste.
It's fine, it's fine. Just ask your question.
Oh yeah. Okay, so, well, I was just wondering, how did the culprit get into Makoto's room in the first place?
Yes. How did the killer get inside?
Maybe Sayaka just dropped the key somewhere and the culprit picked it up. That's possible, right?
How'd she get in her room then?
I don't think so. That seems way too convenient.
Then, maybe someone picked the lock?
Can't pick the locks, right?
Negative! If you remember, Monokuma made it quite clear that the locks are all unpickable.
Fine. How about this? The killer got in the easy way. They could have knocked and said they wanted to talk or something, and Ms. Maizono just let him in.
No, that can't be it either.
Oh, trying to argue against me? Sounds like someone doesn't know his place.
Shut up, Chubby.
Hello? Why exactly can't that be it?
Because she asked me to do something in particular because of how frightened she was. That's the answer right there. There was no way Sayaka let someone in because... her wrist, dying message, dorm nameplate, incinerator, shattered crystal ball. Huh. Which one would I put? Which one would I present here? Monokuma's file, evidence of a struggle. Can I save at any time, I wonder? I don't think I can. Nope, I just tried it. I think it's switching the rooms, obviously, right?
I got it! Because Sayaka was already scared, remember?
Yeah,
That's
okay.
why she asked me to switch rooms in the first place.
The same goes for you, Sayaka. No matter who it is, don't open your door for anyone. Even if I'm sure it's you, I absolutely won't open it. Otherwise, what's the point of even switching?
Knowing what she'd been through, I just can't believe she would have opened the door for anyone.
What if her being scared was a lie?
Huh? Well, what the hell is that supposed to mean? Why would she lie about something like that?
I know you don't want to consider it, but look at this and tell me. Can you still deny the possibility?
There's something I want to talk to you about. Just us two. In 5 minutes, come see me in my room. Huh. Check the nameplates to make sure you don't get the wrong room, okay?
I found a notepad during my search, and I shaded in the top sheet with a pencil.
What the hell?
And these are the words that appeared.
Oh man! I've totally seen people do that on detective shows. When you write, it can leave an imprint. Sketch over the next sheet of paper, and you can see the words. When I saw that, I was like, holy crap! I better make sure I rip the paper out before I use it from now on.
It's a pretty old-fashioned technique, but even the classics can be surprisingly useful sometimes. Oh, and I should also mention, I found the notepad on the desk in Makoto's room.
What the hell?
Huh? Which means only someone who had been in Makoto's room before the incident could have written it.
So you're telling me Sayaka could have possibly went to the kitchen to get a knife, to call Leon into her room, and try to kill Leon, and Leon killed her in self-defense? Is that how it went down?
Then either it was
What the
Makoto
fuck?
who lived there, or Sayaka who switched rooms for a single night.
And she tried to blame it on Makoto, maybe?
So, Makoto, did you write this?
No, I didn't. But
Of course you didn't, because the note also bears a perfectly legible signature. Sayaka's signature.
What the hell happened exactly? I need to understand what happened. What went down? Then that note, Sayaka wrote it?
But why? Why would she write that?
The note was likely her way of getting in touch with a certain someone. She must have slid it under their door to let them know she wanted to meet with them in secret.
If you got an invitation like that from the ultimate pop sensation, what young man could resist?
Of course, I'm only into 2D, so it wouldn't have any effect on me.
Yamada, shut up.
But can we be sure anyone even got this note? And honestly, even if they did, I do not think they are at all involved in what happened.
Huh? What makes you say that?
This is interesting.
Would you like to hear what I have to say?
Of course.
Very well then. Pay attention.
I'm paying attention. What the hell? Another gameplay? Different mode? Make your argument. Dorm nameplates, huh?
Sayaka and Makoto switched rooms, correct?
Makoto?
But in the note, the place they were asked to come to, it specifically says, my room.
I see. So if someone read that note, then they would have gone to Sayaka's room.
Exactly. The room that Makoto was staying in. So in other words, even if someone did read the note and did what it said, they would not have any connection to what happened.
It certainly would seem that way.
Okay. The killer went to my room instead of Sayaka's, and the reason for that is it has to be because of what got switched between the nameplates. Duh. The nameplates.
Sayaka and Makoto switched rooms, correct? But in the note, the place they were asked to come to, it specifically says, my room.
I see. So if someone read that note, then they would have gone to Sayaka's room.
Exactly. The room that Makoto was staying in. So in other words, even if someone did read the note, they would not have any connection to it.
It certainly would seem that way.
Alright, so which one do I press, I wonder?
Sayaka and Makoto switched rooms, but in the note, the place it specifically says, my room.
I see. So if someone read that note, then they would have gone to Sayaka's room.
Exactly. The room that Makoto...
No, that's wrong.
Did I get it right? Did I get it right? I need to know.
The nameplates on Mai and Sayaka's rooms got switched.
They got...
Switched? That's right. The nameplates got switched, just like the rooms themselves.
Alright.
As a result, the nameplate on Sayaka's room actually had Makoto's name. And the nameplate on Makoto's room had Sayaka's.
So what you're saying is, the room Sayaka was staying in was actually marked as her room.
Then, if someone did do what the note said, they would end up at Makoto's room where Sayaka was.
Plus, their rooms are right next to each other, so switching the nameplates would be no problem. And the one who switched the names was... Well, of course it wasn't you, right, Makoto?
Right? Okay, then who did it?
There's only one person who could have switched the nameplates. Huh. The only person that knew was Sayaka.
I got it!
Had to be Sayaka.
Me and Sayaka were the only ones who ever knew about us switching rooms. So the only other person besides me who would even know to switch the nameplates was Sayaka.
You can also infer as much from her note.
There's something I want to talk to you about. Just in us two in 5 minutes. Come to see me in my room. Wow. Check the nameplates to make sure you don't get the wrong room.
She specifically tells the reader to check the nameplate. She would only have written that if she knew the nameplates had been switched.
But why would she switch them in the first place?
She wanted someone to come to the room she was in, and also hide the fact that it was Makoto's room.
What?
Inviting someone to your room, but not telling them you'd switched rooms. Why would anyone do that?
To understand that, we first need to understand what happened after she invited the person into the room. That's where the answer lies.
What happened then was probably whoever she invited over came in and attacked her.
Or vice versa.
We figured it out! We know who did it! Whoever she invited over is the culprit!
But we still don't know who it is, you goddamn idiot!
Sayaka fought with her killer there in the room, yes? Perhaps the answer to our previous question lies in that initial struggle.
Yes, I think you're right.
Then... we just have to figure out what happened during the fight, right?
That reminds me. There was a replica sword at the murder scene. Was that perhaps used during the fight?
Oh yeah. What's the deal with that sword?
Sayaka suggested I should hold on to it. I thought it might come in handy if I had to defend myself. It seems pretty likely that the killer used it to break Sayaka's right wrist.
How the hell could you possibly know that's what broke her wrist?
The reason I know Sayaka's wrists were broken by the fake sword is because when you look at her wrist, there's no doubt. Not that. The gold. Yep, Sayaka's wrist. The damn gold marking.
I got it! All you have to do is take a good look at her broken wrist, and it should become pretty clear.
The gold glitter. The
Right
gold
there, where
dust.
her wrist is all swollen. There's something glittery there. See?
Is that gold?
It sure is. Specifically, the gold coating from the replica sword. You barely have to touch that stuff, and it'll stick right to you. And there's some on her wrist because...
I got it! Because she got hit with the sword! Right there on her wrist!
I see. And so the truth draws ever closer.
Alright, then it's about time to solve this mystery.
Oh yeah. What happened in my room? And what led to Sayaka's death? That's what we need to make clear. There's a bit more to learn about non-stop debates. There's a bit more to learn about masturbating. Would you like to learn? Are you sure? Are you getting used to these non-stop master debates? Yes. Starting with the next debate, I'll start loading multiple truth bullets into your truth cylinder. God damn it, narrator! But just like with the weak spots, only one of those bullets can actually refute the proper statement. In other words, from here on out, you'll have to combine the right truth bullets with the right weak points to refute each statement. If you come up with the wrong combination, you'll take damage to your influence gauge. If you press the L button to rotate the cylinder and choose the bullet, which bullets to fire, press and release L to cycle through each bullet. Or you can hold L and then use the left stick to select the bullet. By the way, if the logic difficulty is set to kind, fewer bullets will be loaded into the cylinder. For our purpose this time, the logic difficulty will be set to mean. What? He turned into mean. Well then, get lucky and have fun. You asshole. We gonna get mean up in here. Replica sword, she's... Yeah. Replica sword, kitchen knife, replica sheath.
When the fighting broke out, the culprit grabbed the sword.
Okay.
And that's when the first blow was dealt. The sword-based sneak attack.
Sword-based sneak attack.
And that's what broke Miss Maizono's wrist.
So she tried to fight back. She grabbed the kitchen knife she had hidden in her leg.
But then the culprit took that from her too.
And they killed her with it.
And that's exactly what happened.
Alright, let's keep going through it. If the person with the sword really did attack first, there's no explanation for how a certain part of the sword got damaged. Alright, so it's the sheath we probably have to present somewhere.
The culprit grabbed the sword. And that's when the first blow was dealt. A sword-based sneak attack.
And that's what broke Miss Maizono's wrist.
So she tried to fight, but she grabbed the kitchen
Alright,
knife.
no, not the kitchen knife.
But then the culprit took that from her too.
And they killed her with it.
That's exactly what happened.
Alright, so I think the sneak attack. There we go. I think we have to present something to the sneak attack here.
The culprit grabbed the sword. And that's when the first blow was dealt.
Alright, let's get ready.
A sword-based sneak attack.
No, that's wrong.
Did we get it? I'm not even sure if I got it. I never...
Actually, no. I don't think the fight started with the sword.
Why not?
Because the sword's sheath had been scratched.
Right.
See? There's a gash in it. Like someone cut into it with something sharp.
Something sharp? You mean like the kitchen knife? That was the only sharp thing found at the scene.
Stop jumping ahead. Slow down and explain it so I get what the hell's going on.
If the sword was used first, there wouldn't be any explanation for the scratch on the sheath. If you were going to attack with the sword, you'd take it out of the sheath first, right?
Right.
That's true. With the sheath on, it'd be heavy and bulky and useless as shit.
Okay, so how did the sheath get damaged?
If they got attacked with the kitchen knife, maybe they grabbed the sword as a defensive impulse. In that situation, there wouldn't be any time to actually unsheath the sword.
So you're saying the sword was initially used to defend against an attack from the knife?
Which means whoever had the kitchen knife was the one who attacked first.
I think I get it. So here's how it all played out. The culprit came in, found the kitchen knife hidden there somewhere. Then they took the knife and attacked Sayaka before she knew what was happening.
Or it could be the other way around.
So she grabbed the sword to defend herself. But then the culprit took that from her too.
No, if she had grabbed the sword, she would have had all the glitter on her hand and shit.
Then, after they broke her wrist with the sword, they took the knife and finished it.
Sorry, but I don't think Sayaka used the sword to defend herself.
Come on.
What? How the hell can you not think
The
that?
glitter!
Because she never held the sword at all. There's a certain part of her body that makes this clear.
The freaking palm of her hand! If she would have gripped it, the palm of her hand would have all that gold. Alright, her palm. Yeah, exactly. God damn.
You're talking about her palms, right? The palms of her hands were perfectly clean. So I don't think she ever picked up the sword.
How can you know that just by looking at her palms?
Like I said before, the gold coating on that sword comes right off. All you have to do is touch it. In fact, if you look, you'll notice that a lot of the gold has already come off the handle.
The glod.
It's safe to assume that's because whoever used the sword got some of it on their hands. There's really no way she could have picked it up and come away completely clean.
Maybe she washed her hands after she escaped into the bathroom.
Sorry, but I don't think so.
Why do you say that? Is it because you think I'm ugly?
What?
No, that's not it at all.
There's no way Sayaka washed the gold coating off her hands because there's a certain regulation that talks about what happens to the bathrooms at night. She's afraid of water. Water can't remove it. The water was off.
I got it! According to the Monokuma file, Sayaka's time of death was around 1:30 a.m. In other words, at nighttime. And the water in the bathroom shuts off at nighttime.
She's
right?
afraid of water. I should have picked it just because.
Oh, I didn't know that. Actually, I haven't taken a shower here yet.
Really?
My.
You're no different. You smell like a big, fat, ugly donkey.
I'm not sure whether to take that as an insult or a compliment.
She got a little big, fat, ugly donkey.
Insult, obviously.
So anyway, if Sayaka never touched the sword, then that means the killer is the only one who used the sword. But hold on. If that's right, then the one who damaged the sheath with the kitchen knife was...
Sayaka.
I got it! Sayaka? She had the kitchen knife?
She's the one who got it?
But
Duh!
we already said that the attack started with...
The person with the knife attacked first, and the sword was used as an impromptu defense.
And the one who attacked first was...
Sayaka?
Oh my god, I called it!
Now do you understand? She wasn't a blameless victim in this.
No, far from it. It's almost as if she'd been planning to commit a murder of her own. She took the knife from the kitchen, then invited the culprit to the room she was staying in. And if it's true that she had the kitchen knife and attacked without provocation...
Indeed. These are all the actions of an assailant.
Which brings up another point. Makoto, Sayaka was the one who suggested you two switch rooms, correct? Maybe the reason she wanted to switch rooms
was to frame you.
So that she could pin the crime
Yes!
on you. That is a possibility.
Did I not call it? This is what I was saying before this trial started. Come on, I called every bit of this.
Sayaka wanted to... on me?
That would also explain why she would switch the nameplates. She wanted to get whoever she had targeted to come to Makoto's room where she was staying. And by committing the murder there, instead of her room, that would implicate Makoto. But for that to work, the target had to be lured out while still keeping the room swap a secret. If the target knew she had switched rooms, they would have become suspicious right away.
So all that's why she switched the names?
But doesn't that plan seem a little risky? For one thing, even if her plan worked, Mr. Naegi would just tell everyone they'd switched rooms.
Pretty much.
I don't know. I'm not sure our soft-hearted Makoto is capable of that kind of cutthroat behavior. I'm sure Sayaka realized the same thing, which is why out of all of us, she asked him to switch rooms.
Damn. Cold-blooded. So what we're gonna do is take a short break. We're gonna split the part, and once we come back, we'll be back with more Cold-blooded Dangan Ronpa President's Day special. So we'll be back with more later. See you guys soon.